I'm currently in the process of working on a big video, but due to various reasons, one of which is me being sick at the moment, as you might be able to hear, I wanted to do something smaller in the meantime. So, because it's one of the most commonly asked questions about Sonic ERaZor, I figured I'd tell you a little bit about how the title screen in Sonic 1 works. And why Sonic is upside down. You might already be familiar with the press start button bug, where the text would not show up due to the Sonic Team Present screen messing stuff up. That's boring and that's what everyone already knows, so we don't really need to focus on that. What we're much more interested in is Sonic's torso. I want to know, how is his torso hidden behind that emblem? And also I want to know why sometimes it isn't. And the only thing we see is Sonic's weird legless body just hovering there, menacingly. When I was younger, I thought it was done as you'd expect, by making some parts of the emblem be behind and some parts be in front of Sonic. But turns out that's not what's happening here at all. In fact, the entire emblem is technically behind Sonic everywhere and at all times. So how is this effect achieved then? Well, let me do some trickery and move the entire title screen slightly to the right. What the hell is this? This, my dear friend, is the secret sauce. It's no high-end government technology, it's literally just a bunch of sprites off screen. 30 to be exact. 10 per row, in 3 batches. And the only purpose they have is to cause a sprite overflow for the horizontal sections therein, so that Sonic's torso is getting cut off at the right position. This is the exact same thing that happens when you have too many rings or whatever on screen. The only difference here is that it's no longer a bug, but rather an intentionally exploited feature. And now you can probably also guess why disabling the sprite limit in your emulator makes Sonic's torso reappear, since there is no more overflow possible to mask out any other sprites. Not only that, if at any point you mess around with the press start button or TM object, you run risk to ruin the whole thing entirely. Because yes, that is what happened with me. Turns out those sprite masking objects are in the same object as the press start button and TM. It's insane, it's stupid, and I hate it, but you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. So with that mystery resolved, there's only one question remaining. Why did I make Sonic upside down in Sonic ERaZor? Well, you see, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I was messing around with the title screen objects many years ago and accidentally removed the masking sprites, assuming they were useless anyway. And then I scratched my head for days, desperately trying to figure out what the hell happened here. But as we all know by now, I wouldn't be the victor of this little battle. Instead, I just made Sonic come from the top, because from there I have full control over where his torso gets cut off. Bonus points being that it's guaranteed to look fine in any emulator, even if sprite limits are disabled. It was never meant to be funny and intentional, it was literally just a last-minute effort to resolve this torso bug. That's it. What I didn't realize is how much of an impact this little decision would have for the entire game. Because even all these years later, Sonic ERaZor is remembered as that one Sonic hack where Sonic comes from the top of the title screen upside down. Like, that is one of the most iconic parts of the entire game, and it was literally just to fix a bug that I was too stupid to fix in any other way. So now, all these years later that I finally know the mystery behind this bug, I could finally go back and unflip Sonic, putting him back down behind the emblem. But will I do that? Hell no.